Victoria, your assessment of the series.
I think that is a good summary, actually. I wasn't hugely shocked. I think the issue around the shouting and screaming, as I think Harry described it in the Sandringham summit, just kind of shows that the royals are like us. I don't know about you guys, but I've definitely had shouting matches with my own family. So it's very, very relatable
I'm
and not
Glaswegian, it
hugely.
happens very regularly.
Exactly. So I think that's one screams normality. And the second thing, I think it's actually, of course, this was a bit of a PR exercise for them. And they were very careful about what they did and didn't show. So one of the things that we did see was that, oh, Harry got a text from William, but we're not, I think this was just after the Oprah interview. We're not shown what that text was, but the couple were very concerned and didn't know how to react to that. And the other thing was the lawyer from Shillings who represented the couple said she had seen evidence of the palace actively lying, planting stories to protect other members of the royal family. And we didn't get any of those details. So it did feel a little bit opaque in certain areas. And I do think that reinforces the idea that it is their side of the story, their terms, what they wanted to show.
And Victoria, do you think that them coming over for his coronation could, I wouldn't say be as optimistic as to say open a new chapter, but when the Sussexes came over for the funeral of the Queen, there was a kind of a cessation of hostilities, and on the whole, people actually were quite enthusiastic about seeing everybody back together. Or do you think too much damage has been done for that to happen?
I think it very much depends on how people, particularly in the UK, how they respond to this documentary. And from what I can see on Twitter, for example, and in the papers, which of course may not be fully representative of everyone's opinion,
Definitely
it does
not.
seem that this hasn't been taken that well. That there's because there's not new information in there, or they're not actually sharing these new interesting insights, that there was no point in doing this, and that maybe this was just a bit of a chance to air some grievances and share their side of things. So I don't think it's landed hugely well, and therefore I'm not sure the reception from Britain is going to be overly warm when they come. But I do think it has softened the kind of reception that people will give them, because to hear them talk, of course we had it in the Oprah interview as well, to hear them give like the emotional side of it, which of course we're so not used to getting from the royal family, to have that and understand a bit deeper, particularly around Meghan's mental health, the state that she was basically put into from the treatment she was receiving. Hopefully that will go some way to actually, repair the not only the relationship with the royal family, but also with the British public as well. Because I do think that actually a large part of the reason this has turned out the way it has with the media and the people is that actually Britain kind of feels a bit rejected by Harry and Meghan leaving. And I think we maybe got some more insights into that from the
Mm.
documentary. But the fact that they left the country is a big rejection. So they're kind of coming to terms with that. Maybe
Yeah.
this documentary do a little bit in that vein.